Hello and welcome to Mr. Peacock Square Plays of week number 4. Football against the number coming to you live, as always, from Midtown Atlanta on a dark, kind of damp, cool Friday morning, folks. It feels like the fall outside. Real quickly to recap week 3. Did it go well? Yeah, of course it did. 4-1 overall, and the reason we were 4-1, of course, Mr. Peacock's 5-star lock of the month, the Louisville Cardinals catching 5.5 points, covered. That counted 2 times on our record. 3-point Clemson win, but a Louisville cover. Didn't really play out like I thought it would, but that's all right. It cashes out just the same. Bowling Green and Memphis over the total of 79 points. Hit that one. Western Kentucky in a back-and-forth game with Indiana, unfortunately, did not cover the 1.5 that they were getting. But in late action, the Pittsburgh Panthers catching 5.5 points. I thought they might get moose there at the end of that thing if it had gone into overtime. Instead, Iowa kicks a field goal in the last play of the game to win by 3. Pittsburgh covers a 5.5 point spread. So Mr. Peacock, 4-1 last week, 10-3 on the season, folks. There's no other way to say it. Mr. Peacock is dominating right now. And if you bet with me all year long, you made some serious scratch at this point. And all you had to do was sit there and be entertained, which you couldn't help anyway, and do what you were told, which you probably want to do anyway, and bet the games that I told you to bet. So it's going really well right now. I have no plans at all of seeing this record slide in any way, folks. They say that pride comes before the fall. We'll see. All right, we'll see. The light is coming on. Game number 1, folks, we are going to West Lafayette, Indiana, where at high noon will this, I don't even know if Pam Ward is still on ESPN, but if she is, this may be a Pam Ward special, I don't know. I like the Bowling Green Falcons and the Purdue Boilermakers playing a football game over 75 points. Why? Because I will sail my vessel until the river runs dry, folks. The Bowling Green over is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay? What you need to know about this matchup, Purdue's not a very good offensive team. They're a bad defensive team. That is a recipe for a lot of points being scored when you play the Bowling Green Falcons. So take Bowling Green and Purdue over 75 points. Game number 2, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, the CBS special. Folks, this contest right here defined SEC football for me when I was growing up and when I was a young guy, a young Mr. Peacock in the 1990s. My, how the mighty have fallen. But yet it's still on CBS anyway. I probably just for sentimental value. Folks, I like the Tennessee Volunteers laying 1.5 on the road at the Swamp against the Florida Gators. Tennessee has not won this game straight up since 2004. It ends tomorrow, okay? This line has actually swung 3 points. I believe it opened up, as the Gators as a 1.5 favorite. And Tennessee has gotten pounded all the way into laying 1.5. And normally I don't really like going with a public like this, but I think that this is a game that Tennessee's going to win. Florida was in a 4-quarter close ball game on the road late last Saturday night up at Kentucky. Tennessee was sitting back, in a relatively easy affair against Western Carolina. I'm sure that Tennessee's been greasing up for this Florida game ever since the Sunday after Oklahoma, whereas Florida has not had that luxury. Tennessee's not a very good defensive team. Florida's not a very good offensive team. Both might be a little bit underrated in that capacity, actually. But, the strength on strength of this one is Tennessee's offense versus Florida's defense. And I think that Tennessee is the superior unit where that's concerned. Again, I just think that this, even going on the road, I think it's a better spot for Tennessee. They've had this game circled for a long, long time. I like the Vols to win this game by a touchdown. Love them laying 1.5. Game number 3, folks. We're going to Dallas, Texas. I've been there before. Arlington, Texas, actually. But, Dallas, in terms of the background music anyway. Folks, I like the Arkansas Razorbacks and Texas A&M Aggies playing a football game over 58 points. I was really, really tempted to get on A&M minus a 7 and a hook. But Arkansas's kind of got their backs against the wall a little bit right now, and it just kind of scares me. And Arkansas's played them pretty close the last couple years anyway. So I'm a little bit leery about 7.5. But it's worth pointing out that the last 4 times that these teams have played, at least 63 total points have been scored in this game. They've never had a problem scoring on each other. Now I realize that A&M has John Chavis now. I don't think that that's going to be that big of a deal. Arkansas has seen him before anyway, obviously when he was at LSU. I think one of 2 things is going to happen here. Either the Razorbacks are going to come out and they're going to fight really hard because their backs are against the wall, and they're going to make a good effort and a lot of points are going to get scored, or Arkansas is going to roll over and quit like they did in 2012 and lose the game something like 58-10, in which case a lot of points are going to be scored. So I love the over of 58 in this game. Game number 4, we're going to Lexington, Kentucky. Folks, I've been there. I've been to all of these places with the exception of West Lafayette. 7:30 p.m. on the SEC Network. I like the Missouri Tigers catching 3 points against the Kentucky Wildcats. But Mr. Peacock, have you not seen Missouri? They're awful, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I have seen them. I watched a lot of their game with Connecticut last week. I felt like I was a little bit too awake, so I watched it in an effort to calm myself down, sedate myself. That was ugly football, but it's worth pointing out, folks, that Missouri is 10-0 against the spread in their last 10 SEC road games. They're getting Hansborough back, their running back, and I think that's going to really help out their offense a lot. Really take a lot of pressure off of a Matty Mock, who I don't really think is capable of carrying a team by himself, and there's ample evidence, obviously, to support that. It's worth noting as well, the Missouri Tigers are 4-0 against the spread the last 4 times they've gone on the road after an ATS home loss. Gary Pinkel is a very good football coach. He doesn't allow bad performances 2 weeks in a row. That's been his MO for a long time now. I think there's a lot of value in Missouri in this one. I think Missouri's going to win this game straight up. Kentucky, this is one of the same reasons why I like Tennessee against Florida. Kentucky was in a 4-quarter emotional game last week. I know Kentucky had that Florida game circled on their calendar. They should have beaten the Gators, and they didn't. It's going to be really hard for UK to get up 2 weeks in a row. I think Missouri's definitely the play here. I think this is a double-digit win for the Missouri Tigers. Turning now to our mailbag. Today's letter comes from Sal, who identifies his general location on the earth simply as 8th Street. Sal writes, "Pick the Jets, you stupid ass." Well, first off, Sal, I appreciate the comment there. I will point out right now that I'm on a fact-finding mission when it comes to the National Football League. I don't know enough right now to really try to handicap any of these games because we're still so early into it. NFL lines are just tight anyway, and I mean they're 110s just like the colleges are. I think that it's easier to make money in the college ranks, and if it pays the same, if it's the same risk, why would you just make it harder for yourself? So, that's pretty much the reason why I stick in college football. I don't know enough, again, right now about the NFL at this stage to start picking a whole lot of NFL games, but that'll come later on in the year. As I say, we're on a fact-finding mission. We need to find some more facts before we're comfortable doing that. But congratulations, Sal, to the start that your New York Jets have gotten off to. Not only are they 2-0 straight up, they're also 2-0 against the spread. Mr. Peacock is 10-3 against the spread. It'll be really interesting to see at the end of the year who is better against the number for the 2015 season, the New York Jets or Mr. Peacock. So real quickly, folks, to recap week number 4. We're getting things started off at high nooner. We like the gift that keeps on giving, the Bowling Green over. We like Bowling Green and Purdue playing a football game over 75 points. 3:30 p.m., Vernon Gary attempting to tell you about it. We like the Tennessee Volunteers laying 1.5 at the Swamp in Florida. Game number 3. We like the Arkansas Razorbacks and Texas A&M Aggies playing a football game over 58 points. In game number 4, feel like we've gone in kind of a big circle. We like the Missouri Tigers catching 3 points on the road at Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky. Folks, I wish you the best of luck, and we will be right back here next Thursday or Friday.